Filed at the Eldoret High Court to stop Chief Justice Martha Koome from swearing in any nominee for the position of Deputy President. This is if Senate upholds the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. This as sources claim that lobbying has kicked off in a section of political quarters for a possible replacement of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua if the Senate will uphold the decision by the National Assembly next week. Sources indicate that many names have been fronted for a possible replacement. And as George Maringa now reports, President William Ruto and AUC chairperson candidate Raila Odinga have remained silent on the impeachment motion.
In under 2 short weeks, the ouster bid against Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has gained momentum and is now in the home stretch, the Senate. But even as President William Ruto's lieutenants remain vocal on social media and on the floor of the House, the president has remained silent, only updating his official activities via social media. Sources indicate that there is already talk of Gachagua's replacement, which could happen soon. Among the names flaunted is that of Interior CS Professor Kithure Kindiki. The professor of law was endorsed by more than 48 members of parliament in what was termed as Nyahururu Declaration. However, sources indicate that Kindiki might face a hurdle in proving to be a force on the William Ruto re-election in 2027. The former Tharaka Nithi senator is from the Mount Kenya East region of Tharaka Nithi, Meru and Embu counties.
He's one of the people who have been performing very well, and given that, I don't know whether he's going to be appointed, although we are more certain that we know who is going to be given, but we don't want to pronounce that.
Women leaders from the Mount Kenya region have also made it to the shortlist. They include Lands Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome and immediate former chairperson of the Council of Governors Anne Waiguru. Another notable figure from the mountain is Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi has, however, reportedly rejected the offer, citing his young age. Nyoro is also said to be out of the equation over his silence on the Gachagua ouster. Gachagua, in a recent interview, termed Nyoro as his close friend, who even offered him shelter when he was facing it rough during the Uhuru Kenyatta regime.
Ndindi Nyoro is my very great friend, and is one of our young leaders ambaye nimementa, and I continue to mentor. He's a very bright young man. Na ndio hujaona yeye akiongea hii maneno ya kutukanana. Umesikia Ndindi Nyoro akitukana mtu? He's been very respectful na amejibeba kama kiongozi, and he has a future because yeye ni kijana ambaye anajua nini anafanya, na ni rafiki yangu sana. Hata siku tulikuwa na shida katika serikali iliyopita, siku nilikuwa nashikwa kila Friday, nilikuwa naenda kujificha kwake na kaa weekend na bibi yake Sofia ananipigia chakula.
National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah has also been mentioned as among the possible replacements of a man he described as having a dark heart. Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi's name has been mentioned in the matrix, whereas from the northeastern region, Environment CS Aden Duale's name has also featured. Duale is among the cabinet secretaries who have been vocal on the impeachment of his boss, Gachagua.
Mr. Speaker, he did not even step in Wajir and Mandera. This is a deputy president of the whole country. I support the impeachment. He must go home and create a room for other people to get that position. Maybe it's time for other regions to be deputies so that we can get the same benefits. Mr. Speaker, I can even do a good job myself.
If you read the Constitution, you'll know that you don't qualify to be a deputy president at your age.
As cracks persist between President Ruto and his deputy, equally persistent is the loud silence from the president, who is also UDA party leader. A recent research findings by Tifa Research Company favored Professor Kithure Kindiki at 37% as the most preferred replacement of Gachagua, followed by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi by 5%, Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro by 5%, Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru by 3%, and Homa Bay Governor Gladys Wanga by 2%.
281.
With the impeachment motion set to be discussed in the Senate on Wednesday and Thursday next week, sources privy to Gachagua's succession have alluded to a surprise move by the president, who could source a principal assistant from the opposition Azimio in the spirit of the broad-based government, with the aim of changing the whole structure of government. Notably silent as the impeachment continues has been AUC chair candidate Raila Odinga. Whereas the head of state hasn't made a public political statement, the clock is ticking to the Mashujaa Day celebrations set to be held in Kwale County, an event which pundits await to see how things play out and which will be 2 days after the Senate makes its decision on the impeachment. George Maringa, TV47, Nairobi.